Hey guys, welcome back. So, today we're gonna talk about 4-star hotels versus 5-star, which is better. Now, honestly, I'm telling you guys, 4-star, there are less of dramas or less of show. The way of a 4-star is if you go to any 4-star hotel, just giving you an example, you will see that they don't have much of the shiny, the glittery stuff what a 5-star is. So this topic just came to me a few days back. I was there at my restaurant at the hotel. It was a Friday and we had the Friday brunch. Now guys, every Friday we have the Friday brunch and we always have number of bookings done. So if it's on a Saturday or max Sunday, we'll come to know, okay, this Friday this much is there, or max to max Thursday evening we'll come to know that okay, Friday these many people are going to be there. So this Friday there were 32 guests, and one was a big group which had come to celebrate the birthday. There were actually two groups which were there to celebrate the birthday. So it was 32 guests, and there were two groups each, and they had planned a birthday as well as the Friday brunch. Now guys, for 32 guests only, we had a buffet setup of around 100 people. Now I don't know what do they always mean by brand standards, and every now and then in any hotel you go, they will just keep on telling one thing: oh, this is our brand standards. Our brand standards say we have to do this way. Our brand standards say they have to do this way. You know what, guys? This Friday's brunch, there were so many things which were actually thrown away. There was hell lot of food wastage. Now, in a 5-star, this is one thing you'll always find is food wastage is a lot. While you're working, you will definitely know that how much food is being wasted. Now, I remember I was so this Friday's brunch, our sous chef was like, we will have one more new section which is called as a waffle and crepes, live station of waffle and crepes. So how many stations already, guys, we had? For this Friday brunch, we had one was the tandoor station, one was the pasta and risotto station, one was the Mongolian station, and one was this waffle and crepe station. 5 stations we had. Just for 32 guests, we had 5 stations. In this also, we had a pass around, which was of no one took that pass around, because this time the pass around was popcorns. The pass around we had was those popcorn cones. Now, in a brunch, why would anyone come to have a popcorn? I still remember that, because this is now all this comes under the chef's job. Pass around is always the chef's job. So I was called, and my chef was like, this is the pass around for today. Go and give it. Now, by the time I went, I asked for popcorn. Everyone said that no, we are really full. We've started with our main course, and now we don't want. Now the first wastage was the pass around. Those, I think there were around how many? 10 pieces, 5 to 10 pieces was the pass around. Those popcorns was thrown away. That was the first wastage they did. Second wastage was, now this is a new thing I've seen, that whatever is left in the buffet, okay, let's say that suppose in dessert, let's say umali. Now if that umali is left, what they will do is they will throw away the umali. Rather, in a 4-star hotel, if you see, whatever is left from the buffet, okay, whatever little portion, or half a portion, whatever it is left, they will give it away in the cafeteria. So at least the staff can eat it and the food is not wasted. These people over here, so I remember I was standing at the waffle and crepe station, so I asked one of the chefs that, chef, we have done so much of, this decoration and, all this, so much of the food is gonna go waste. Why don't we give it to the staff? So he's like, no, why do we give it into the staff? Then what if one person eats everything? So what about the other one? We have to think it this way also. See guys, this is not a solution to a problem. You are wasting food. You are wasting so much of food, and you then for a small little thing, for a small amount of, like, say a sausage, they will create a huge issue that why the sausage was less or why the sausage was more. Now I'll tell you one more example. I'll tell you what happened. So in that same week, we during the breakfast time, one fine day my HOD comes and he's telling the chef that, why have you made so much of sausages? Why have you made so much of sausages? Do you know how much is the cost of one sausage package? He started giving the chef so much of lecture about just why he made an extra sausage. Now guys, this I have also seen personally, that there are few guests who genuinely like eating sausages. If, like, for me, example of myself, I myself like eating sausages. So if there is sausage anywhere in any buffet or anything, I will go and take a second or a third serving. I might not see that why am I taking so much, or whatever the case is. If someone likes sausage, yes, he'll go and take it 2 or 3 times. There are certain guests who don't like sausages, so they prefer not eating them. So over here, when we make more sausages, the management has a problem. When we make less sausages, then also the management has problem. So it's like, just for a small little thing such as a sausage, they have so much issue. But where over here we are talking about major food wastage, over there at that time they don't think that, okay, how much that one dish literally cost when they throw away. Another thing I'll tell you guys, in a 5-star restaurant, there is so much of display kept for no reason. Now we have a fruit basket at the buffet, breakfast buffet. So everyone knows, like, I'm sure everyone of you all know that for any hotel, breakfast is like the main thing, because either the guest might, even if it's a half board, for him the breakfast comes under his passage, in his package, sorry. So breakfast is something where even if your hotel is running on 100% occupancy, that full 100% occupancy people will come into your breakfast, because it's the morning meal and no one wants to miss it, and if it's a buffet, then why not? So in my hotel, we have this very weird, if someday you guys just work in my hotel and you'll be like, okay, what the hell is this? So we have so when you enter, okay, at the right side we have the bread section. Now the bread section also, they have made it in such a way that we have a whole long stand, like literally there's a long stand, where on the first floor, on the first shelf, okay, we, for a normal height range, they have put these 3 different kinds of breads. Then on top of it, it's fully display. Now guys, if there is a small little kid or a person who is very short at height, how would he reach up to that point? Like for a person who is short, for him to reach at least, if how to explain okay, if this is the thing, okay, example, this is the stand, this big the stand is, and my height is only this much, so I have to literally raise my hands up to take that, right? If I'm short in height. So for a person who's short, it's a very difficult situation. Second thing we have, so once that whole long display is over, you move to the fruit section. Now over there are so many fruits kept for no reason. We have pineapple, rock melon, sweet melon, we have the bananas, and the whole 5-6 fruits are just kept over there. So it's just for display, nothing else. In that, you won't believe, the management tells that no, this fruit we have to keep, so that what if a guest wants to eat it? Now guys, which guest is going to take a whole big sweet melon or a whole big rock melon and is having the time in the breakfast to cut and eat? Like, really, how can you even say that the guest wants to eat it? Similarly, we have the fruit basket. The vegetable basket. In that also we have vegetables such as tomatoes, what's the other fruit? Tomatoes, lettuce. Now, which guest is going to cut the tomato and then going to eat it? Capsicums. Again, which guest has that much time that he's going to remove a capsicum, cut them and eat them? Sometimes 5 stars don't really think the logic behind it. They just have the thing that no, we have to make a hotel look more, a rich property, a very brand new property. Now I'll tell you in a 4-star how we have it. So when I was working in a 4-star, our setup was very simple. Okay, our breakfast setup was very simple. We just had, I think so, three fruit baskets, like those ones where the guests can easily pick up and eat. Those are apples, bananas and oranges. Only these 3 fruits we had. We never had a full display of pineapples, rock melon, sweet melon, watermelon, nothing of that sort. We didn't have any of that. We just had these 3 fruit baskets. Bread section, very small. You have your normal breads with those multi-grain breads and those sandwich breads. If the guest wants to cut and eat one of those, we had that. And yeah, that was it. Like, only this much we had. People genuinely liked it. Okay, they would comment on the ambience of the restaurant at the breakfast, because I have seen online on TripAdvisor when guests used to come and they used to write that it's a very good place, it's neat and tidy, and it's like not of a big those hi-fi stuff. Then it's pretty simple. Sometimes simplicity also looks good at hotels. Now another thing I'll tell you, in a 5-star, this is a very weird concept which I really don't understand. The meaning of buffet. Okay, the meaning of buffet means what? That you go and choose what you want to have. Okay, buffet or buffet means what? That you as a person go and eat whatever you want to eat from the options given to you. Now in my current hotel, which is a 5-star, they have a coffee machine, but that coffee machine is kept only accessible to the staff and not the guest, because the hotel standards say that the tea and the coffee should be only served to the guests on the table. They should not come and get up and take. That means the guest cannot come and take his coffee or tea. He's supposed to get it on his table. He has to tell the server to get it. Just yesterday at this point I discussed with my restaurant supervisor. I told him that why don't we put it over there? Why don't we put the coffee machine somewhere near to the drinks, or where we have the milk counter, or somewhere near there, so that at least it's accessible to all the guests to take whatever they want to drink. Whichever coffee they want, they can take from the coffee machine. And if it's a tea, then yeah, you can tell the server or tell the waiter that I need this tea, and he'll get it on the table. He said no. This is not our brand standards says. Our brand standards are the guest should not get up and go for his or her coffee. Rather, the server should come and serve it. Now, guys, when you have limited staff, or even when you have good amount of staff, it doesn't matter, and how do you explain? Sometimes, okay, let me just frame this. Okay. If you have a small amount of staff, okay, you might not be able to go and take up orders for each and every table. Or perhaps, you might not remember which guest asked you for a cappuccino or a cafe latte, or, an Americano or an espresso. But when there is more of staff, then that means what? When you have more, like if it's only 2, and now from 2 you are around 5. So that means particularly at least 2 people should be there to ask each table what they want, and they can get served. In my hotel, that is not the case. That is definitely not the case. In the breakfast, I'll tell you how many we have. We have around 5 to 6 staff at the restaurant for breakfast. The servers. And they do not treat guest as, a guest. They treat it as somewhere, a common man. What happens over here? Now, because the servers are not interactive with the guest, they will come and approach to us, the chefs. Because I'm the chef at the buffet, I'm working as a chef, and every day I'm there at the buffet, so that whatever the food items gets over, I'm there to refill. So the guests will see us and they'll go like, okay, could we have a cappuccino? Could we have a cafe latte? Now this thing, when you go and tell to any waiter or a waitress, at first they will act like, okay, why did you tell me this? I have seen this very bad thing in them, that they have this attitude or the ego which shows it on their face, that, oh, why you have to come and tell me what's my job? For them it's like, why did you tell me? Or how dare you tell me types. The second thing is, they will never address or go to a guest or either, ask them, okay, what do you want? Or ma'am, do you want me to help in clearance of your table? This thing you will never find in a 5-star. It's very rare, of the rarest hotels where, genuinely a server might come and ask you that, okay, do you want me to clear your table? Or, do you want me to, do you want any tea, coffee or whatever? It is very rare in few 5-star hotels. I'm not telling all 5 stars are bad, guys. Particularly, because of the whole video if you've seen, you'll be like, oh, this man is being like 5-star is bad. No, not all, but yes, certainly few 5 stars are bad. Now, this thing about the coffee thing, he said that no, we can't do anything, this is how it works. But when you're in a 4-star, over there, I remember when I worked in a 4-star, I never had any orders for tea or coffee. Even for the tea, we had those tea bags kept on the breakfast buffet, and coffee, we had the coffee machine. So in the coffee machine, we had to only refill the coffee and the milk, and in the tea section we have to refill hot milk or hot water or the tea bags. So over here, even if a guest wants to come and drink something hot early in the morning, or if he's a person who wants to have coffee at very first, he doesn't have to wait for anyone to come and ask him that, okay sir, would you have a tea or a coffee? No, he knows that, okay, there is a coffee machine over there, I'll go and have my coffee without asking anyone for the help. But in a 5-star you can't get that. You need to actually wait for a server to come and ask you, ma'am, do you need a tea or a coffee? I have seen people are done, people are eating their breakfast, and after that halfway of the meal, the server goes and will ask them that, sir or ma'am, would you like to have a tea or coffee? Another thing I've seen in my hotel is there is always this there's always this waiter, okay, he's having like those three big jugs, okay, those three jugs which has, one of them has black tea, one of them has coffee, and I think one has milk in it. If you see him, right, guys, you'll always feel that in India when you go in those trains and everywhere, and those chai walas come, chai le lo, exactly the same way he looks. Because each table he'll go, ma'am, tea or coffee, ma'am, sir, tea or coffee. This is such a funny way, guys. Trust me, if you ever see a chai wala on a railway station, that's exactly how we have it in my 5-star hotel. Exactly the same. Ma'am, do you want tea or coffee? Ma'am, tea or coffee? Ma'am, tea or coffee, sir? He literally doesn't have any smile or nothing. He'll just go and ask, tea or coffee, tea or coffee, tea or coffee. This is like how sometimes 5-star really works, and it's very shocking also. Anyways, I think we should end this video. It's been pretty long. So don't forget, guys, to subscribe to my channel and like my video. See you until next time. Bye bye. Take care.